with everything in me, I urge you to remember and consider the precious, precious power of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Even if you have biblical grounds for divorce, I consider you and I urge you to consider the power of the gospel. It can change the hardest of hearts. I have watched it bring light where there was only darkness. As we just talked about, it can bring beauty out of the ashes. I pray that you would keep restoration and reconciliation in the forefront of your mind, that you would keep forgiveness at the forefront of your mind, not because your husband or your wife deserves it, but because you never deserved it, and yet you received that from Christ. That you would remember the teaching that Jesus gave in Matthew 18, which is right before he talks about divorce, where he talks about the unforgiving servant who was forgiven extravagantly by the king and yet would not pass that around to others. You know, and sometimes that means, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, you need to be the strength for your spouse for a while. But you say, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to commit to them. I'm willing to help them because God has been the strength for me. He has held me up. He has not lost faith in me. He has given me what I needed. He has encouraged me when I was down. That you would also ask God for humility. I tell you right now, every marriage I have ever counseled, everyone, both have played a role. Both have played a role. In fact, there's this great quote that says, in every marriage more than a week old, there are grounds for divorce. The trick is to find and continue to find grounds for marriage. Marriages do not happen by accident. The stupid Hollywood, I'm gonna call it stupid, the stupid love stories that we see in movies and stuff with sweet, sappy music and extra beautiful people that have been photoshopped to death, it is a lie. I'll tell you it's a lie because you see the people who play these roles end up in divorce after divorce and divorce in Hollywood. Happy marriages are a result of commitment to one another, love, understanding, lots and lots and lots of sacrifice, and a lot of hard work. And most of all, humility to understand you're both broken. You realize that? You're both broken in your marriage. You're both sinful. You both have blame. And outside of God, and this would tell you why divorce rates are so high, there's no hope. Because without God, you don't see your brokenness as much as you see theirs. And you have nothing to hope in bigger than yourself. But because of God, we can say, I'm a broken husband. My wife is a broken wife because we're sinful. But because of his power and his word and his graciousness and his patience, we can be made whole together.